Our position is that the committee needs to hold on and in fact not recommend this agreement to Parliament for ratification because there are fundamental issues in that agreement that need to be dealt with. It appears there is this haste to get the entire agreement passed, and if you look at the concerns that all stakeholders have raised, it tells you that there are concerns that need to be addressed before we can even begin to think about having a peace agreement. For us, Mass Action Committee for Sustainable Development, Mass Action for Sustainable Development in Africa, our concern is that, look, if you want to have a certain royalty rate, the law allows you to introduce a legislative instrument that will allow you to make the regulation to set the royalty rate, so that future agreements will be guided by that. But now, as we speak, it is just on the discretion of the minister, or call it the negotiation skills of the minister, that have resulted in us having 10% and 13% carried interest. That cannot be sustainable. You have to have a law that guides all agreements. So our argument is that why don't you do that which is necessary by introducing the legislative instrument that will help you set the rate, so that when you are signing this agreement, the investor is aware that as far as lithium or allied minerals go, this is the royalty rate and this is the carried interest that government is entitled to. But now the existing law says that you can only negotiate for more after the 10% carried interest. What is free for government is just 10%. But they claim they have been able to negotiate for 3 more. That is negotiation, it is not law. In future or tomorrow, another entity will come and say, I don't agree to the 3%. If you want the extra 3%, pay for it. Which means that you end up having variable lease agreements for different companies. But this is like our new oil, because the green transition is making us understand that the next big deal are critical minerals. So why don't we take our time, have a fiscal and regulatory framework that will allow us to do that which we did when we discovered oil. Have a framework that is sustainable, that will give Ghana the best by way of revenue, and deal with all the other issues that we are complaining about. But you hasten to pass this, you leave a huge problem behind. So every lease agreement would have to be negotiated differently. But if you have the laws that say, look, when it comes to carried interest, this is it, every investor is aware. So if the investor is coming to exploit that mineral, the investor knows that government is entitled to 13%. If the investor is coming to invest, the investor knows that royalty rate when it comes to lithium is 10%. There's no room for ifs and buts, because in future an entity can come and tell you, when you take the Minerals and Mining Act, it does not say that royalty should be 10%. It only says the minister can set. So if you get a minister who says that, as for me, I'll set the royalty rate at 9%, 7%. He is well within his rights to set it at that, because the law doesn't tell you which rate. But the law tells you that you can set a specific rate by introducing an ally. Why don't we do all these before we proceed? These are arguments.
All right. Thank you.